Today I'm going to be working with Lisa on teaching her to stand on cue. This is a useful trick to teach any dog because you can use it in everyday life. Like if you were to go to the vet, you could have your dog stand still so that the vet can examine your dog, which is very useful so that your dog's not afraid. Your dog's focusing on something else. It can also be useful to groom your dog or do lots of things. So what you'll need is a clicker and your dog's favorite treat or currency. I usually like to use treats for this though because you want your dog in more of a calm mindset, so when they're playing with a toy, they're usually not in a calm mindset. And so I would usually use treats for this trick just because it makes it easier. But as you can see, with dogs that are so very active, you do need to exercise them before attempting to learn this trick. So I exercise Lisa by throwing the frisbee several times for her, and I think she's now ready to learn this trick. It helps if your dog knows how to touch a target, and Lisa sort of knows how, but I'll be showing you a different method too in case your dog doesn't know targeting. So get a clicker and your dog's favorite treat. Right now I am going to use treats from Bark, and I believe they're lamb flavored, and Lisa has shown great interest with those treats even though her favorite currency is toys. So we'll try to teach her with those today. So let's get to it. Meet Lisa. She is a Labrador and I am training her to be a well-behaved dog. She sometimes jumps and barks, but at the end of this series, she will be a well-behaved dog. This is Training Lisa. To start, you're going to, of course, get your dog to stand still and just rapidly reward them for standing still. See, it's not that hard now that she's worn out. Okay, and before she messes up, I'll give her the release cue, and then I'll get her set up for another one. Get up, Lisa, come on. Oh, you can't be that tired. Get up. Good girl. So right now I'm just capturing the behavior. She's standing still. I'm clicking and treating for it. Okay, good girl. And so that's one way to do it. And if your dog's reliable with a target, you can have them touch a target and click treat. But she's not reliable enough with a target. I'm still working on it, and I'll keep you guys up to date with that. And if you wanted to, I also have a video on targeting, so I'll put a link in the description below. And I'll also put a link in the description below to the video where I teach Lisa how to target. She's just not there yet. Because if I hold this out and ask her to touch the target, Lisa, touch. She does that, and she's a little bouncier, and so that's why I chose to capture the behavior instead, just because she's bouncier. Good girl. You see how her feet move more? Touch. Good girl. So I'm not choosing that for that reason. But it is a perfectly fine way to teach your dog how to stand still. And basically all you do is lengthen the time that they have to stand there. And then add distractions. So you can start by randomly, after your dog gets the hang of it, you can start asking them to randomly stand just whenever you're walking around in the house, ask him to stand still for a few seconds. And that has minor distractions in it because it's everyday life. And then maybe you can move on to, if you're on a walk and there aren't very many distractions, asking your dog to stand still then works. And then you can work your way up to more complicated situations like at the vet's office where they're getting poked and prodded. And that's basically it. Just practice makes perfect. Get up. Good. Adding the cue. Oh, goodness. Get up, get up. Stand. Oh, goodness. You're now getting tired, aren't you? Let's see if I can get you to do it one more time. Stand. Good. Nope, get up. There we go. Good. Stand. Stand. Good girl. Notice how I'm not constantly saying stand, 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 stand. I'm just reminding her what that behavior is called. It's a little different. Then I'll just add in the cue and ask her, Lisa, stand. Oh. There we go. Good girl. And try to make it so your dog doesn't move their feet up and down. Okay, good girl. When they're in a stand, because that's not truly what a stand is. A stand is when your dog's 4 feet are glued to the floor in one position until you tell them to release. And so it is a fairly easy trick for your dog to learn, and it just takes lots of practice for your dog to understand what you really want. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and hit the bell to hear when new videos come out. I hope you have a wonderful day. Good girl, Lisa.